Full-time score, Liverpool 2, Brighton 1. Ladies and gentlemen, Liverpool sit atop the Premier League table ahead of Manchester City by 2 points. Arsenal lost this weekend. City lost this weekend. Liverpool is set to lose, but man, Arne Slot continues to just impress. I did not expect, and I don't think many Liverpool fans expected, for Arne Slot to do this well in his opening, 10 matches in the league, plus obviously some Champions League fixtures, some Carabao Cup fixtures. It's been incredible. I'm going to dive into the stats from today. Subscribe if you're new. If you want to see more kind of videos like this, I'll be live for Aston Villa and Tottenham, and I'll also be live for Manchester United Chelsea tomorrow. But diving into the deeper stats of today's game, if you look at the momentum, it was just thoroughly back and forth. The whole game, there was phases where we kind of had some more chances. There's phases where Brighton had some more, but it was end to end for the whole game. Possession was 49% to Liverpool, 51% to Brighton. XG was 1.59 expected goals to Liverpool to Brighton's 1.0 flat. 16 shots from Liverpool, 4 big chances. 13 shots from Brighton, 1 big chance. That 1 big chance was the opener in the 14th minute, thanks to who has been one of the signings of the summer, I'd say, in the Premier League at least, Ferdi Kadioglu, who has been really a Swiss Army knife of a player. He's been a utility player who's filled in on the left, the right, more kind of defensive formats and more like kind of offensive settings like today, where he finished off an incredibly well-placed right-footed strike to the keeper's right post. It went in off the post as well. Kelleher maybe could have done a bit better, but honestly, like with those kind of strikes, like you're always left hoping that your goalie does better. But like if a strike is that crisp, got that kind of pace on it, that bend, you're not really going to be able to stop it to begin with. Like, sure, maybe he could have just gotten like there half a second earlier, but all in all, it didn't cost us the match. That's all that matters. And he played really well throughout the game. Besides that, Cleveland Kelleher, there was an injury at halftime that I would like to talk about. Konate went down holding his arm. I don't know exactly what it would say in the commentary for that. Let's see. Yeah, they didn't say anything, but I don't know what the case is with Konate. I don't know if Konate will be fit. I don't know if there's some kind of level of like x-rays or whatever he has to do. It looked like it was a wrist break or an arm break of some kind. He put his literal arm into his jersey like a sling like this at one point. So I don't know. It's like that was at halftime for Konate, but so that's a little bit concerning. But all in all, it was a great win for Liverpool. The first goal was Cody Gakpo. Wonderful strike from Cody Gakpo. It was kind of crazy. It was an assist from Virgil. Virgil played it short to Cody Gakpo, who tried to play one of his patented right-footed crosses in towards Darwin. Darwin kind of ducked and tried to get like under it, and as it was like the ball was heading towards his direction from the front of him, so he like got to try to scoop underneath and head it, but he didn't even touch it. So Verbruggen was left standing, and the ball just went to the back of the net. So that was just a very kind of like out of nowhere kind of goal, but wonderful placement from Gakpo to try to find Darwin. And honestly, like the fact that it was on target even better because it resulted in the goal. And then Salah, very shortly after, 3 minutes after, in the 72nd minute, Curtis Jones plays an incredible pass to Salah, who opens up, finishes it with absolute splendor. Just a lovely strike from Salah. I'm actually curious to see exactly what the standings are now in the Premier League for, like, let's see, the stats. Top scorer, Salah's at 7 goals. He's got 7 goals and 5 assists, which means he's level with Cole Palmer for most goals and assists this season at 12. Palmer and Salah ahead of Erling Haaland, who sits on 11. Haaland did not get a goal in the game against Bournemouth. That was a match that saw Bournemouth take a lead through Semenyo in the 9th minute and doubled their advantage in the 64th, only for Joško Gvardiol to score a consolation goal in the 82nd. Gvardiol has been fantastic this season, and he's been scoring a lot of goals, so he'll be a big threat throughout the campaign. I would imagine Beto's goal got ruled offside for Everton. That's brutal. What else is there to talk about? Forest doing wonderfully today. 3-0 win, which catapults them to third in the table. Yeah, I said third in the table. They're actually ahead of Arsenal now by a point, a whole point. Arsenal lost today earlier in a 1-0 loss to Newcastle United away from home at St. James Park. 12th minute strike header from Alexander Isak. But beyond all of that, what more is there to say than, Liverpool back atop Premier League table where they deserve to be, belong to be. I almost just said belong or some weird kind of combination of both those words. But point aside, Liverpool are top of the table. Wonderful game, wonderfully well managed. We saw Endo come on for Nunez towards the end there. We saw Salah get subbed off for Connor Bradley. Some very shrewd defensive kind of subs there at the end to just get over the line. And I just honestly want to just kind of commend Trent, because today Trent put on a really good defensive performance. Earlier in the week, he talked about how Arne Slot was very meticulous, and when the second week he was showing Trent clips of him in training and literally telling him, hey, we've ran the numbers, and if you turn your body 8 degrees this way, you're going to be able to put in a tackle more likely and be more successful from there. And he has been apparently really receptive, because today he's been everywhere for Liverpool. Just quick dive into his stats. He got man of the match according to FootMob. He was up there for 2-3 best players of the match with Salah and probably Gakpo. But Trent deserves man of the match, I would say. 67% pass accuracy wasn't ideal. 2 chances created, not ideal. The dribbling wasn't great, but the defense, 8 out of 9 tackles won, 89%. Duels won 12, duels lost 5. Ground duels won 75%, 1 aerial duel lost. Was fouled twice, dribbled past 3 times, recovered the ball 3 times, intercepted it twice, headed it once. And yeah, he just played pretty solid. I mean, he wasn't the best offensively that we've known him to be, Trent, today, but from a defensive perspective, and when you kind of combine that with the tempo setting nature of his play, it was really, really a great performance. McAllister was a little sloppy, but I feel like a lot of these players are just kind of groggy from the midweek matchup. Obviously, not a lot of them started, but even just like the phases of now having to face a Brighton side that understands Arne Slot a bit more, that's going to make it a little harder. Glad to see how it turned out for Liverpool. Glad to see how it turned out for Liverpool. I'm going to keep that in. I'm just so thrilled. It was a very nervy match. I was anxious throughout it, but the Reds win. They're top of the table, and I couldn't be more ecstatic. Subscribe if you're new, like if you enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching this far. Comment with your thoughts on Liverpool, the Premier League title race, and the league thus far this season. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Sideline Sedo. Hope you enjoyed. Peace.